Hey friends, and welcome to Story Time. I don't know if you know, but yesterday was June 21st, and in Canada, June 21st is National Indigenous Peoples Day, and it is a day for celebrating the incredible resilience and beautiful diversity and culture of the Indigenous people of Canada. And so I'd like to start our story time by acknowledging the territories. Souk Family Resource Society would like to acknowledge the traditional territories of the Coast Salish people, specifically the Sauk Nation, on which the Souk Child, Youth and Family Center is built, and the nations that SFRS works with, Beecher Bay, Chanu Nation, the Sauk Nation, and the Nuu Pachidat Nation to the west. We recognize the territory and nations and thank them for sharing this beautiful land. Haichka kleko kleko. So I have a few stories that I'd like to read to you today, and the first one is called The Circle of Caring and Sharing, and it is written by Teresa Corky Larson Jonason, and it's illustrated by Jessica von Innerebner. Sorry for all my mispronunciation and my awkwardness with words. Yeah, it's a little, I'm still adjusting. Maybe this is as good as it'll get with me broadcasting these videos. I do several takes and it's choppy every time, so please bear with me and forgive me. So this book is dedicated. Sometimes books are dedicated. And this book is dedicated with love to my husband, Lynn, and to our son, River, and to all the rivers that carry life to the lands. This book is also dedicated with big love and thanks to the amazing Teddy, Emma, and Jessica, folks at Medicine Wheel Education. They are a perfect circle of talent. There once were two foxes who were best friends, and they lived on the plains where the sky never ends. Look at all the animals. And do you see the foxes? 1, 2. There are the two foxes. But there are lots of other animals in this picture. What do you see? Can you look? I see a skunk and a badger and a bison and a deer. I see a rabbit. Oh, and another rabbit and a woodpecker and an amazing bird of some variety that I don't quite recognize, but perhaps you know. Oh, and there's another bird. I like those fancy blue feathers. One day, these two foxes had a terrible fight and were no longer friends when they went home that night. Uh-oh. What do you see? I see one fox is laughing, but one fox is mad. What do you think happened? Maybe this fox fell in the river or was even pushed in the river. Who knows? We don't know. But this fox is laughing and this fox is angry about it. Have you ever been laughed at? Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good at all. The two foxes refused to talk the next day, which made their friends sad and not want to play. Ooh, yeah. When there's a big circle of friends, but two of the friends are not getting along, it can make it difficult and challenging for all the friends. I wonder what they're gonna do. An older buffalo knew just what to do. She went to Kokom the owl, who said, "Hoo, hoo, hoo. We should hold a sharing circle today so that we can all hear what our friends have to say." Well, isn't that a wise idea? A sharing circle. I wonder how it'll go. So they gathered the animals from all around to come and sit in a circle on the ground. This circle is sacred. This circle's for sharing and connects the community in a way that is caring. Oh, see, they're all gathered together, sitting in a circle. We're gathered today because of a fight to bring all our feelings out into the light. Isn't that nice? And you know, I wanted to say something about the idea of gathering in a circle. When we're in a circle, no one is above or in front of everyone else. We all see each other. We're all on equal ground. That's a nice way to sit. The animals took turns passing the stick to speak. Some gave a loud roar and others a squeak. Because everyone's voice is different. Everyone has different things to say. But by passing the stick, it's only the person who has the stick that gets to speak while they have it, which is kind of nice. It's nice not to be interrupted and to feel heard. So they all have feelings about what happened between the two foxes and how it affected their circle of friends. The foxes listened to each other explain while their feelings were hurt and causing them pain. Oh, see? This one, he's not angry anymore. He's crying. And sometimes anger is the outside feeling that masks that inside feeling of pain and sadness. And because they're gathered in a circle and they're taking turns, it's safe for this fox to talk about how he feels sad. I wonder, how do you think this fox is feeling right now? It looks to me like before he thought something was funny, and now he's realizing it wasn't funny. It's not funny if this friend is hurting. Now that the foxes understood what went wrong, they could go back to getting along. Yay! The animals thanked Kokom for bringing them together. They knew they would be friends forever and ever. And that's the end. And here, the author of this book is a Cree person. And so in the back, there are words for the different animals that are in Cree. So, owl looks like it is pronounced oohoo. And skunk is sigak. Fox is muxies. Rabbit is wapus. Prairie chicken, oh, now we know what that is akisu. And buffalo is pusquamustos. Wow. I love learning new words in different languages that I don't speak. I think it's so interesting that there are so many different words for the same things around the world, depending on what our language is. And so those are the words in the Cree language. All right, and now on to our next book. And this book is called My Heart Fills with Happiness, and it's written by Monique Gray Smith with illustrations by Julie Flatt. My heart fills with happiness. Look at the flowers, so pretty. Ah, my heart fills with happiness when I see the face of someone I love. Me too. See, there's a mama and her baby. I smell bannock baking in the oven. Have you ever had bannock? Bannock is delicious. I sing. They're playing the guitar and singing. Maybe you could sing your favorite song. That might fill your heart with happiness. My heart fills with happiness when I feel the sun dancing on my cheeks. Me too. I walk barefoot on the grass. Oh, that feels nice. I dance. Do you dance? I know lots of our little friends love to dance. My heart fills with happiness when I hold the hand of someone I love. That feels safe. It's certainly nice. I listen to stories. I hope you're enjoying listening to these stories. It looks like the children are gathered around an elder in their community, maybe someone's grandma. Grandmas have the best stories. I drum. I love listening to drumming, the beat of a drum. What fills your heart with happiness? That's a really important question. Maybe something to think about. Oh, look, a narwhal. They're out at the edge of the land. And maybe the sun's just setting, or maybe it's just rising for another day. All right, and now for the third book. So I have to tell you, I debated about reading it. When I read it to myself before this recording, I couldn't get through it without crying. It's very sad. It's a very sad book. And I've decided that I am going to read it, but I'm going to offer a trigger warning so that any family that feels that it might be too upsetting, now's the time to stop watching. But the reason that I decided that it was really important to read is that it's true, and it reflects the experience of many families, many Indigenous families. And we have a responsibility to tell the truth and to feel the feelings we have about these experiences. And so this story is called Missing Ni Mama. And again, it has many Cree words. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing them. I'm going to try my best. It's written by Melanie Florence, and the illustrations are by Francois Thisdale. And so it's written with like two main speakers. There's sort of the narrator, but then the story is about a little girl who's growing up with her grandma because her mother is missing, right? In Canada, we have a devastating legacy of missing and murdered Indigenous women. And many little girls are growing up, little boys too, are growing up without their mothers. And it's wrong. And I think it's important to read this story and for each of us to take responsibility in the fact that we live here, those of us who are settlers to these lands, and we benefit from these beautiful lands and territories, and we have a responsibility to the original inhabitants of these lands to hold them in great regard, you know, for being Indigenous people and resilient and having beautiful, wonderful culture and deserving of the same privileges that the settlers have here. So I know I'm saying this really awkwardly. Other people say it so much better, but I hope you're hearing me, and I hope you are able to hear this story, and of course turn it off, especially to Indigenous families if it's upsetting to hear this, because I know that this is the lived reality of so many of our you know, immediate and greater community members. But I'm going to read it, and hopefully I can get through it this time. Missing Ni Mama. And this is also dedicated, as always, for Joshua and Taylor, and finally for Chris from Melanie Florence. And the dedication by Francois Thisdale is for Clarette and Monique. So, again, there are words in Cree in this book. And so Ni Mama means my mother. Kamamakos means butterfly. Nokom means grandmother. Tipiska means dark or night. And Nitanis means my daughter. Nisto means 3. So here we have a little girl, and it says, she dreams and dreams some more. In dreams she finds me, and she's just a girl again. Her hair in braids, listening to her nonkom, telling trickster stories around the fire, eating bannock and licking the salty grease off her fingers, leaning against a mother, her Ni Mama, that she will lose all over again when she wakes. Tante Ni Mama, I ask Nokom, where is my mother? Lost, she says. Lost? If she's lost, let's just go find her. Nokom smooths my hair, soft and dark as a raven's wing, parts it, braids it, ties it with a red ribbon, my mother's favorite color. She's one of the lost women, Kamamakos. She calls me little butterfly, just like Ni Mama did before she got lost. And so the bottom part is narrated by the missing mother, the lost mother. Taken from my home, taken from my family, taken from my daughter, my Kamamakos, my beautiful little butterfly. I fought so hard to get back to you, Kateri. I wish I could tell you that. And when I couldn't fight anymore, I closed my eyes and saw your beautiful face. My teacher said that my blue dress is pretty. I drew a picture for Nocom after we had a snack, and Miss Howard said it was beautiful. She taught us a song about rainbows at school. I sang it to Nocom when she picked me up, and I gave her the picture I drew. Going to school is even better than I thought. I can't wait for tomorrow to come. And again the mother says, she looked so small standing beside her grandmother, holding her hand so tightly. I wished her other hand had been in mine as the three of us walked her into her classroom to meet Miss Howard. I knew instantly that Kateri would adore her. I'd worried that she'd cling to her Nocom, but she kissed her goodbye and flitted away to explore her class. My class is making cards for Mother's Day, drawing hearts with waxy crayons and pasting bright tissue paper flowers with white glue that smells funny and drips in thick globs onto their desks. Maya draws stick figures on her card, a little girl in a bright yellow dress just like hers. A smiling woman stands beside her. Mommy, she slowly writes in block letters, her pink tongue poking out as she works. She sees me watching and stares down at my blank paper. You don't have a mommy, she says. Yes, I do, I tell her, quickly drawing my own stick figures and trying hard to remember her smile. And the mother says, my heart aches for her, my beautiful girl, my Kamamakos. I will always be your mother, Kateri, even if I'm not there sleeping, dreaming of you. While you make a special surprise breakfast with a card on a tray, even if you sometimes forget my face, just look in the mirror, my love. You have your mother's smile. Nocom is teaching me to make fry bread. I help to measure flour into her mixing bowl. Your mother loved to cook with me when she was your age, she says. Does Nimama speak Cree, I ask. She does, Nocom says, just like you. Did you tell her trickster stories like you tell me? Of course, Kamamakos. She liked Wisakekak stories best. Just like me, I say. Did you teach her beadwork and shawl dance? I did, Nocom smiles at me. Your mother is a beautiful dancer, Kateri, just like you. Can we look at your photo albums, Nocom, I ask. She wipes her hands and takes one off the shelf. I climb off my chair and onto her lap and turn the pages, looking at my mother. When she was little, she looked just like me. And her mother says, thank you, Nimama. Thank you for taking on my child, though you were finished raising your own years ago. Thank you for cooking and cleaning and doing laundry and buying birthday gifts and drying tears, for loving her unconditionally. Thank you for telling Kateri about me, for sharing stories about her mother with her, for reminding her how very much I love her, for not letting her forget me. Nimama, my heart beats like a drum. Mommy! But Noko comes instead, because my mama is lost. Shh. Kamamakos, I'm here. Nocom smooths my hair back and wipes salty tears off my cheeks. It was just a dream. Please leave the light on, Nocom, I beg. I don't like the dark. So dark, the mother says. Dark in the room he took me to, dark when he left me, and so dark after. I never saw a light or a tunnel, only darkness, until my daughter's voice called me back. And the daughter says, I smelled your perfume today, Nimama. The wind blew just right and I caught a quick hint of white musk. I was in the garden picking beans for Nocom and I swear I heard you laugh. I turned, half expecting to see you, arms open, telling me you were home. But there was no one there, and a moment later your perfume was gone too. But I know you were there for a second. Have you ever had that? I have. And her mother says, I'm here, Kamamakos. I've never left you. When you feel me with you, I'm there. You're never alone. Your mother is still watching over you. And the daughter says, there was a surprise waiting on my bed when I got home from school today. The most beautiful dress I've ever seen, all golden and soft and swirly. I tried it on and stared at myself in the mirror, then floated down to the kitchen where Nocom was making dinner. I threw my arms around her, breathing in the familiar scent of lavender soap. And the mother says, my heart aches when I see them like this. There's no room for me in that embrace. I wasn't the one who found the perfect dress for her first dance, but I have to smile. You're so wonderful with her, Mother. Never doubt that you have done your very best to raise an amazing woman for both of us. See? I can't stop smiling from the moment I met him. I haven't been able to wipe the smile off my face. I feel all those fairy tale feelings when I'm with him. You look like her, he said, pointing at your picture. I wish you had known her, I said. He kissed my hand. I do know her, Kat, because I know you. You'd love him, Mom. It's not fair, says the mother. I lost everything that night. I had people I loved, people who loved me. I deserve more than to watch from a distance. Her newfound love only reminds me of everything I've lost and all that she will still discover. Oh, be happy, Kateri. Be happy enough for both of us. Everyone is waiting, shifting on their fold-out chairs, fidgeting, chatting, smiling. I take a deep breath and adjust my veil and smile as my Nokom walks into the room. She holds out a small blue box. It was your mother's. She smiles, still sad after all these years. Your father gave it to her. I kiss her cheek and hug her close. Thank you, Nokom, for everything. She holds her arm out to me. Time to walk you down the aisle, my girl, she says. And her mother says, she's so beautiful, this breathtaking young woman. I can't believe this is my little girl, my Kamamakos, walking down the aisle wearing my necklace. My daughter whose life will be so different from mine. My daughter who has made me proud every moment of her life. My daughter who gets to live happily ever after. And her daughter says, I let out a long breath, trying to imagine the baby fluttering inside me. I run my hands over my flat stomach and picture it large and round. I close my eyes and imagine our baby with my nose and Daniel's light hair. And her mother says, I'm going to be a grandmother, a Nokom? I still remember you moving inside of me, kicking me. I would rub my stomach while you poked me with a foot or an elbow. I sang to you, to the thought of you, the dream of you, rocking and singing, aching to hold you, my little butterfly. You're going to be a wonderful mother. I wasn't expecting to see so many people here, holding signs, wearing t-shirts, sharing stories. I'm surrounded by the faces of so many Aboriginal women who never came home. Stolen sisters. I hold my own sign, my own lost loved one. Nimama, Ayana Cardinal, missing, lost. So many faces. So many lost souls. So many people left behind, wondering if their loved one will ever come home, or having to live with the knowledge that they never will. Too many lost, and not enough who care. Once upon a time, there was a girl, a little butterfly who flew to the phone every time it rang, hoping against hope that her mother was coming home. The phone rang today. I didn't run. I had stopped running long ago, hoping against hope. We found your mother, they said. My heart nearly pounded out of my chest for a moment, hoping against hope. But I knew she was gone. I had known for years. Still, I cried. And her mother says, I'm so sorry, Kateri. I wish I could have been there. Or I wish there could have been a happier ending for you. I wish I could have come home, but I'm here. I've watched you grow up into a beautiful, kind, wonderful woman. I'm at peace with that now. It's not the ending we dreamed of, but it will be happy enough. Kamamakos. Oh. Well, if you're still with me, I hope that, I guess saying I hope you enjoyed that story is not the right words, but I hope you take something from it, and as I have, and Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, but I do think that we have to remember the good with the bad, celebrate, but also acknowledge, especially if we are settlers, the truth, right? All of it. See you next time, friends.